I'm Ethan Kapoor with WHYY Student Journalist. Right behind where I stand in Independence Hall, the Constitution was deliberated on and ratified in 1787. It was the foundation of our country's democracy, but it wasn't perfect. Our founding fathers, after bitter debate, settled on 10 amendments right in Congress Hall. All the amendments were important and valuable, but let's focus on the First Amendment, the one that gives every citizen the right to freedom of speech, religion, expression, press, and petition. Today, let's explore our city and our country's relationship to free speech, specifically in the modern age.
Today, we are at the National Liberty Museum to visit their Let's Talk exhibit, discussing free speech and respectful conversation.
So when you start down on the first floor, there's a foundations gallery, and it really it teaches visitors or reorients visitors to the concept of free speech, how it developed over time, how it exists today, some of the challenges and the stories in the United States and also internationally. And so that's the foundation, and it builds up. We have an art gallery exploring free speech through art. Art interpretation is really important to how we at the museum like to tell story of the expression and let people explore these perspectives on what it looks like today. But I think what people really learn when they come to the museum is how much their foundational freedoms impact their lives and how much you're using these things all of the time.
Our interviewees both emphasize the importance of civic education in the continued viability of freedom of speech.
I think it depends on what part of your civic journey you're coming here. So we start with as young as 4th or 5th grade, and so they're coming in and we're just talking, what are my First Amendment freedoms? What is liberty? What does that look like in the real world? How does it impact me? And then the older they get, as we get to junior high, we start to talk more realistically, how can you use these as tools to make a difference?
I think building that in anyone, because they're adults, young people, whoever, that it's worth having this is what I see Let's Talk's real influence and role being. Like, if we want this, we can't just say we want this and then keep maintaining our same biases, and we need to step out and be in a place where it's just us and the information and to commit to it.
Civics education as a whole needs more support. But I think it's really important that they have this understanding of their First Amendment rights. Like, what are the tools that you have to try to impact change?
I think layering the aspects of a civic education so that you're starting with knowledge, how things work, the history of our country or whatever country you're in, your community, how these government systems came to be, the important players, the important events, but also just the functions of government.
A big part of this exhibit's goal is to teach visitors how to have healthy conversations with people they disagree with. So we wanted to learn more about how the instructors envision that dialogue.
We want to go in thinking this isn't a win-lose situation. One of us is not going to walk away the loser of this conversation. That's not going into it with the right intent. So you want to make sure that you understand, I'm just trying to share my perspective and perhaps understand why someone else thinks differently.
With all that we learned in mind, let's actively think about what our civic duties when it comes to free speech. This is Ethan Kapoor, signing off.